1965 was a remarkable year in music. The charts were dominated by legends like the Beatles, the Supremes, and the Rolling Stones. Between those big names were artists who had their brief moment in the spotlight, and then vanished in the dark. 60 years later, these tracks still sound fresh, vibrant, and full of life, ready to travel back in time and experience the magic of these one-hit wonders from 1965. Starting with number 15, The McCoys, Hang On Sloopy. The McCoys were barely out of high school when they grabbed this track, originally by the Vibrations, and made it their own. They were from Union City, Indiana, and had been playing local dances when Bang Records spotted them. The label paired them with producers who gave Sloopy a garage rock makeover.
'Cause you know, Sloopy girl, I'm in love with you.
The result? Pure teenage swagger. It hit number 1 in October 1965 and became an instant party anthem. Fun fact, guitarist Rick Derringer went on to play with Edgar Winter and even Weird Al Yankovic decades later.
Let your head down, girl. Let it hang down on me. Yeah.
The McCoys tried to ride the wave, but the public only wanted Sloopy. In the end, the band's name faded, but that one track became Ohio's official rock song in 1985. Not bad for a bunch of kids from Indiana. From teenage garage rock swagger to something a little sweeter. 1965 also gave us a love songs. Number 14, Jewel Akins, The Birds and the Bees.
I tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees.
Jewel Akins was already a seasoned LA performer when he recorded The Birds and the Bees in early 1965. It's light, breezy, and wholesome enough to make radio censors happy, yet just cheeky enough for grown-ups to smirk.
Moon up above, and a thing called love.
Released on Era Records, it climbed to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 and sold over 1 million copies. Jewel toured briefly, basking in the glow of his unexpected hit.
To your big brown eyes, it's so very plain to see.
But when he tried to follow it with similar upbeat pop, the magic didn't land twice. By the 70s, he was performing on the oldies circuit, always closing with his 1965 classic. The one that made him, and then left him. If you think that was the most innocent love song of the year, oh, just wait. Number 13, Len Barry, 1, 2, 3. Len Barry wasn't supposed to sound like that. During the recording session, he had a sore throat and rough edges in his voice. The producers almost postponed, but Len insisted on pushing through. That rawness made 1, 2, 3 stand out from the clean, polished hits of the time. The song shot up the charts in the US and UK, turning Len into an international star for a brief moment. He later found success as a songwriter, penning tracks for the Dells and the Moments, but as a frontman, this was his peak. He always said he never regretted recording Sick. It gave him a million seller. Speaking of candy, do you remember this next song? Number 12, The Strangeloves, I Want Candy. The Strangeloves weren't really from Australia, despite what their publicity claimed. In truth, they were 3 New York songwriters, Bob Feldman, Jerry Goldstein, and Richard Gotterer, already known for writing My Boyfriend's Back for the Angels. To stand out in 1965, they invented characters, 3 brothers named Giles, Miles, and Niles Strange, supposedly sheep farmers turned the rock stars. I Want Candy was built on a pounding Bo Diddley beat and simple, hypnotic chanting. It was raw, primal, and just a little bit cheeky, perfect for the dance floor. Released in the summer of '65, it climbed into the Billboard Top 20 and became an instant teen favorite. The Strangeloves never repeated the trick. Partly because the joke wore thin, and partly because their next big song, Hang On Sloopy, was given to the McCoys instead. But I Want Candy lived on. Covered by Bow Wow Wow in the 80s, it became a whole new hit for a new generation. Sometimes a song sounds like it's been on the radio forever, until you find out it was almost never played at all. Number 11. The Ad-Libs, The Boy from New York City. January 1965. The British invasion was still roaring, Motown was at full throttle, and doo-wop was supposedly dead. That's when the Ad-Libs, a mixed-gender group from Bayonne, New Jersey, stepped into a tiny Atlantic record studio and recorded The Boy from New York City. It had swagger, it had charm, and it had Mary Ann Thomas delivering lead vocals with just the right mix of sass and sweetness. But Atlantic nearly shelved it. They thought doo-wop's moment had passed. Then, almost by accident, a few DJs in New York started spinning it. Calls flooded in, record shops sold out, and the Ad-Libs suddenly found themselves on national TV. Unfortunately, follow-up singles didn't get the same push. Within a year, the band slipped back into local gigs, but for that one moment, their harmonies were everywhere. From a New York boy to a California dream, our next stop is across the map. From playful doo-wop harmonies to a protest anthem that shook the airwaves. Number 10. Barry McGuire, Eve of Destruction.
You don't believe we're on the eve of destruction.
In August of 1965, at the height of the Vietnam War protests, Barry McGuire walked into a studio with a gravelly voice and an urgent message. He wasn't trying to make a hit. He was venting, spitting out every frustration he had about the world in a single take. His voice even cracks in places, but that imperfection gave it authenticity.
You're old enough to kill, but not for voting. You don't believe in war.
The song was dark, political, and nothing like the shiny pop flooding AM radio. Some stations refused to play it. Others spun it nonstop. Controversy did the marketing for him. Teenagers bought it in droves, parents clutched their pearls, and Barry McGuire shot to number 1 almost overnight.
Me over and over and over again, my friend.
The follow-up songs couldn't escape the shadow of Eve of Destruction. Within a couple of years, Barry shifted to Christian music and left the pop charts behind. But that one furious anthem still echoes in protest playlists today. Got your heart rate up already? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the rest of these wild backstories. Number 9. Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs, Wooly Bully. Domingo Samudio, better known as Sam the Sham, wore turbans, told jokes between songs, and had a knack for turning nonsense into gold. Wooly Bully was recorded in late '64 but exploded in '65. It never reached number 1 on Billboard, but somehow became the year's most played track. What did Wooly Bully mean? Sam said it was about a cat, and also about dancing, and also about whatever you wanted it to be. The truth is, it didn't matter. The organ riff and playful shouting hooked people instantly. The Pharaohs had minor follow-ups, but nothing touched the joyful chaos of Wooly Bully. Speaking of magic, ever heard of a singer who lost their voice halfway through recording and still nailed a hit? Number 8. We 5, You Were On My Mind. Sometimes a song makes you feel like you've been carrying it around your whole life, even if you only just heard it. In the summer of 1965, folk pop was starting to shift into folk rock, and We 5 were right at that turning point. Led by Beverly Bivens' clear, ringing voice, You Were On My Mind was actually a cover of a song by Ian and Sylvia, but We 5 gave it a brighter, more radio-friendly arrangement. Hit number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, sold over 1 million copies, and had the kind of chorus that made you feel weightless. But just as the band was hitting its stride, Bivens left in 1966, stepping away from the industry completely. Without her voice, We Five couldn't recapture the magic. From heartfelt folk pop that felt timeless, to a dance floor hit that proved sometimes all you need is a clever trick and a good groove. Number 7. The Gentrys. Keep on Dancing.
I keep on dancing for. Don't you wanna burn the drink right now?
This is one of the cheekiest hits of the decade. The Gentrys, a group of Memphis teenagers, recorded a cover of the Avanti's Keep on Dancing. But here's the twist. To make it long enough for radio, they literally played the same recording twice. The fade-out you hear halfway through? That's them rewinding the tape and starting again.
I keep on dancing for.
Listeners loved it, and the joke didn't hurt their sales. It reached number 4 on the charts and kept them touring for a while, but their later releases didn't have the same novelty. Still, Keep on Dancing is one of those songs that makes you grin once you know the backstory. So if you want to keep on dancing through music history with me, hit that subscribe button. No need to rewind the tape. Number 6. The Elgins, Darling Baby.
Darling baby, life is so.
Motown was a crowded house in 1965 packed with the Supremes, the Temptations, and Marvin Gaye all vying for attention. The Elgins slipped in with Darling Baby, written by Smokey Robinson.
I've been loving you so long.
It's silky, romantic, and pure Motown class. But in a label overflowing with hits, even a gorgeous single could get overshadowed. Darling Baby reached the R&B top 10, but that was their only major moment. Decades later, the Northern soul scene in the UK rediscovered it, giving the song a surprising second life. Wow, that was sweet. Now let's get back to the real world with a song about punching the clock. Number 5. The Vogues, 5 O'Clock World.
5 o'clock the world when the whistle blows. No one owns a piece of my.
If you've ever counted the minutes until quitting time, this is your soundtrack. Released in late 1965, 5 O'Clock World captured the joy of leaving work and stepping into freedom. With its bright harmonies and upbeat tempo, it was the perfect antidote to the grind.
The world when the whistle blows. No one owns a piece of my time.
Vogues had a few smaller hits afterward, but nothing as universally relatable. Years later, the song made a comeback as the theme for The Drew Carey Show, proving its clocking out magic still worked across generations.
Just to keep a job, I gotta find my way through the.
After the workday ended, 1965 kept the party going. The next song is all about being where the cool kids are. Number 4, Dobie Gray, The In Crowd.
With the in crowd, and I know what the in crowd knows.
In 1965, Dobie Gray had style to spare. The In Crowd was all about belonging, about walking into a room and knowing you were exactly where the action was. Smooth, jazzy, and laced with confidence, it became an anthem for cool.
He ain't there. We make every minute count. Yeah.
Dobie's career didn't end there. He later found success with Drift Away in the 1970s. But as far as 1965 was concerned, this was his defining moment. The song has been covered countless times, but Dobie's version still has the most effortless charm. Next up, a San Francisco band that brought a new twist to the charts. Number 3, the Beau Brummels, Just a Little.
Just a little 'cause I love you so, and I'll die just a little.
These guys fooled a lot of people. With their matching suits and jangly guitars, they looked and sounded like a British invasion band. But they were actually from San Francisco.
Just a little 'cause I had to go away.
Just a Little was a moody, melodic slice of folk rock that stood out on the charts. It reached number 8 and made the Beau Brummels a brief sensation. Unfortunately, their label troubles and the overwhelming wave of UK acts meant they couldn't maintain momentum. Still, for a moment, they were America's answer to the Beatles. Next up, number 2, The Toys, A Lover's Concerto.
Gentle is the rain that falls off.
Only in the the 60s could you turn a piece of Bach into a pop hit and make it work. The Toys, Barbara Harris, Barbara Parrott, and June Monteiro took the melody from Bach's Minuet in G and built a romantic pop song around it. Produced by the legendary team of Sandy Linzer and Denny Randall, A Lover's Concerto had elegance and radio friendliness in equal measure.
Walk out in the rain, with the birds above, singing one.
It reached number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and sold over 2 million copies worldwide. But follow-up singles didn't catch on, and by the late 60s, the group had disbanded. Still, A Lover's Concerto remains one of the most unique and recognizable hits of the decade. Time for the finale, the best one at the end. Does this ring a bell? Number 1. The Castaways. Liar, Liar. This one is short, sharp, and explosive. Under 2 minutes, but unforgettable. The Castaways were a Minnesota garage band with a flair for high-energy falsetto. Liar, Liar was recorded in a single day, pressed, and sent to local radio. Within weeks, it was climbing the national charts. They never repeated the feat. The band broke up soon after, but Liar, Liar had a second life decades later when it appeared in the film Good Morning, Vietnam. Great music lasts. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to hear more stories like this.